Oh, there we go. What's up, guys? First of all, I just want to say if you hear any kind of an echo behind me, it's me. Long story, a lot of little kinks here and there. I'm trying to work out being on this new network with Hanging with the Web Show. So if you guys don't know who they are, look them up. They're everywhere, and they're awesome. So I haven't done this in quite some time. Brandon, I haven't done coloring in a while, so I'm. Brandon, can you do me a favor? Can you turn down my mic on my phone? Because I'm hearing this echo. Sorry, guys. Again, these little kinks we're trying to work out, so I apologize. Okay, I'll just do it now. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Brandon. All right. Take two. All right. So, guys, thank you very much for coming here and everything. This is really cool. Being with the Hanging with the Web Show crew, the new network that I'm on. I'm very stoked, very excited. There's a lot of cool things that we're all doing. So to really make these pop, as you can see, I got a cool background behind me with some cool colors that kind of actually goes with my logos there. So I'm really excited. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kick off the new Coloring with Jeff season. Again, like I said, with the Hanging with the Web Show network. I'm also going live on my regular studio page, which some of you might be looking at right now. So, woohoo! And how perfect is this? So kicking off the very new season of Coloring with Jeff, I'm going to be coloring with pride today. Coloring up a piece that I think I may have colored up once or at least half a time before, but today, I'm going to be coloring it up with pride. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to be integrating some of the pride colors, pride flags into the piece. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I know I'm going to enjoy this. This is a lot of fun for me to do. Plus, you guys can comment at any time, just so you know. But you guys can always comment. If I can't get back to you right away, I do apologize, but my desk is way over there and I'm right here and the computer is here, so I may not be able to get to you right away, but I will do everything I possibly can. So hi, everybody. I know everyone's saying hello. 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 All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get over there and we're going to start coloring. All right, so you can see the first piece that I have here. Turn this up a smidge. There we go. All right. So the first piece I have here, this is actually one of my cartoons that I hand color. This is one of the original hand colorings. We're actually focused on this piece on Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. So why is the Big Bad Wolf dressed in a dress? Well, he's trying to be like Bo Peep. So as you all know the story, Big Bad Wolf versus Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs. The Big Bad Wolf is actually trying to eat Red Riding Hood. So he's trying to do everything he can to trick Red Riding Hood into liking him and all that. So in this picture, it clearly doesn't work. He did a horrible job at trying to look like Bo Peep. So we're going to get started. On my new desk, by the way. Love this desk. Okay. All right. So again, if I don't get to your comments right away, I do apologize, but I will try to get to them actually after the show, and I will go back and I will look at comments. So let me just grab some scratch paper. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. All right. All right, so first things that we're going to start with is I always start with the skin tones because they always seem to be a little easier for me to color over because they're lighter. But before I go on with all that stuff, I just want to say Happy Pride, everybody. I don't know about you, but I am very happy that it's Pride Month. We sell it, Brandon and I sell it pretty much every day. But yeah, so this is the first new episode of Coloring with Jeff. And this is our Coloring with Pride. Also very excited about this because I have a new desk that I'm coloring on. And thankfully, the desk is not shaking. And the reason for that, of course, is because I don't have the camera set up on the desk like it normally would. So that's cool. I think that's cool. Because normally when I'd be doing this, unfortunately, the camera would be shaking like crazy. All right, so what I do is I always start off with the lighter colors, and then I get into my darkers. Do you have to do it that way? Absolutely not. It's art. There is never a wrong way to do art. I know some of these colors might be kind of hard for you guys to see because I know I'm a little further away, but I can try to get a little bit closer. Well, there we go. That might work, huh? Does that work a little bit? See, now I'm moving it around. Okay, I'm trying not to move it too much for you guys. Okay, well, that's fine where it's at. All right. So Red Riding Hood, she has, in my world, she has darker hair, so we're going to give her some dark hair. Not that dark. There we go. So, and you're going to see in just a couple of minutes why I call her Little Pride Riding Hood. And I just want to say thank you to Garrett and Sage right now, because I think they are actually helping me out with definitely at least the first video here, and they're kind of being my camera crew. So I just want to say thank you to those guys. So the markers that I'm using, I normally use Prismacolor markers. That's what I taught myself on. And we've all seen the Prismacolor markers, but this one that I'm using right now is actually Balke Studio. So Balke and Prismacolor are pretty darn close to one another when it comes to what they look like on the page. So, and the paper is actually 80-pound matte paper. So it really sticks. It really makes the, as you can kind of tell here, it almost looks like it's watercolor, the marker. It really just sets and dries very evenly with the marker. All right, so Little Pride Riding Hood, the reason why I call her that, we're definitely going to get, of course, we're going to get the red in here. And because let's face it, it is Little Red Riding Hood. So some of you might be asking, well, why are you leaving some of that white? Well, because that white is highlights. And because when you look at something, there's some kind of highlights. Usually they're not white. There's some other kind of like a lighter shade of that particular color. I gotta get, what's nice about these markers is that it has a chisel tip, which is what I'm coloring with right now. So it's a little bit thicker. And then it also has a fine point, which is what I started off with. And the fine point is great, like if you're trying to, if you want to highlight something, or if you want to kind of trace where you're going to be coloring, like you saw me do just a couple seconds ago. All right. So we're going to go ahead and make this red as well, since this is just tied around her. And all right, so I'm going to also be telling you a little bit about me too. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jeff Balke. I've been a colorist in comic books for many years. And as of a few years ago, actually 6 years ago this year, I woke up one day actually at MegaCon in Orlando. I woke up and I just popped out of bed and I said, I want to open up my own animation studio. And from that day on, I've exactly what I've been doing. So that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get an animation studio. Actually, I am getting the animation studio going, but there's a lot of other things that I can do besides just only animation. There's a lot of print type things I can do, like doing the hand colorings here. So we have comic books, and we have comic strips that are going to be coming out later on this summer. So I'm very excited about that, featuring Stanley and friends. Stanley is our little squirrel, which I'll get into. We can talk about that later, but yeah. So in a nutshell, that's basically where I came from. Hey Ward, how you doing? Cool, thank you. I see the comments popping up there. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Brian? What's up, guys? Hello, Michael. Hello. All right, so here we go with Little Pride Riding Hood. So, of course, I gave her the red cape because it is Red Riding Hood after all. But I'm going to change up how her dress and how her other part of the outfit is going to look. So, to kind of keep with the whole red theme, at least down here. All right, then we grab an orange. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Every so often, I'm seeing pop-up come up here, so I might be commenting here and there when you guys are posting stuff. Let's do this green. Let's do this one. Kind of see where I'm going with her skirt here. And let's do this color. I don't even know what color this is. This is a lilac. Happy Pride. Yep, happy Pride, Alfred. So, and that's totally cool that there's a little bit of white back there. That's completely all right, because then you just kind of go back in. You just kind of go right around the rainbow again. So what I like to do is I like to add a little shadowing. So what I do is I take 30% cool gray, 30%, sometimes 40, just kind of depends. But because this is a little lighter, you just kind of add a little bit of shadow. It may not come up completely where you guys are. That's why I wish, like again, next time I go live, I'll have a little bit more, I'll kind of know a little bit more what to do. when it comes to the phone, anyway. All right, so you really can't see it, but I just added a little bit of shadow back here that's going into the cape. All right, so now let's take a pink, which actually is not a pink, it's a, what is it? A rose petal. And it's an extremely light pink color. I'm going to take a light sky blue. I think I picked the right one. I'm glad I looked because that's a jade green. That would have really sucked. Ah, here it is. Sky blue light. Then add a little more color. So see, this kind of just gives you a little bit, a little more of a different perspective, a different look on Red Riding Hood. We all know her as, you know, wearing the cute little red outfit, of course, but it's kind of fun to change it up every so often. And you know what? I think she's just one of those fun characters to color, especially in the Pride outfits, because it matches, it goes with. What is this? My clay rose. And again, I'm just adding a little bit of shadows here and there. Not tons. Now, this is a little darker than I expected, but that's okay. To ever kind of cover up something like that, if you have a shadow or a color that's a little too dark, you can always get a lighter color and just kind of just go over it. Now, that doesn't lighten up the shade at all, but it kind of just adds a little bit to the piece here. For those of you marker enthusiasts out there, especially people who work a lot with the Copic markers, you can actually take that dark, gosh, I wish I could zoom in a little more, but you can actually take that dark color that I just did and you can blend it into the pink there. So, and you can do that also with the rainbow. I just choose not to do that because the blending, blending in me is not a friend. So, I almost forgot her shoes. So let's see. Oh, I never forgot her little. We'll do this red as well. So you know what? I'll kind of keep the shoes almost somewhat classic, and I'll make those black. Yeah, I'll just make them black. Okay. So, 1 second. Let me just get this colored in. So this piece that I'm working on right here is actually one of our Fairy Tale Land comic strips, because outside of just having my regular characters, my classic characters, if you will, I also have some Fairy Tale Land characters, kind of my own reimagined characters, kind of set in my own mind, my own kind of way. So this is one of the characters. I mean, she doesn't normally look like little Pride Riding Hood, but oh, there we go. Hey, B. Can you bring up, there's other Pride flags that people want. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully I'm not switching it there, I'm hoping. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay too. Again, I'm hoping I didn't do this all weird. Hey, Willow, how are you? Okay. We're just looking something up, but as we're looking up, I'm looking up his outfit. So, but while we're looking that up, I'm going to color the staff. Yeah. Oh, it's just those colors, right? Oh, okay. Thank you. So I wanted to get the colors right of his outfit. Every so often, you guys might hear my puppy making some kind of noise. So bear with me. All right. And okay. All right. So then the next, so the big bad wolf here, I'm actually going to color in as the trans flag, since he's dressing up as a woman. I just want to kind of incorporate the trans flags, so not just only the gay pride flag, but there's many different flags with pride. So this is the first time I'm actually going to be intertwining this flag in anything I've colored. So I'm kind of excited about it. This is going to be pretty cool, I think. I think. All right, so, oh, that's Jade, Jeffrey. Oops, there we go. All right. So there's just two colors. There's blue, like a baby blue, powder blue, whatever you want to call it. Pink, and well, white's not really a color, but those are the three colors. So those are the three colors that I'm going to use. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I can kind of see it in my head how I'm going to do it. Let's just see if I can physically actually do it this way. Oh, that's not going to work. That one is dried up. So with the Coloring with Jeff episodes, I normally do one a week. However, coming up in the very near future, I'm probably going to be doing two. So I'll be doing definitely one of these. So with one of my characters, focusing on the studio characters. But then I'm also probably going to I'm going to introduce some comic covers as well. So you guys can see some of the stuff, like some of the comic book covers that I've hand colored, and then you're going to also be able to watch me bring one of them to life with markers, just as I'm doing with this one right here. But that'll be coming up in the future, not necessarily the next episode. But I'll let you know. Don't worry. I'm very talkative. Hey, Josh, how are you? All right. So again, just one more time, I'm going to use a cool gray 30%, just to add a little bit of shadow here. So now why did I do it right there? Well, because of the stick. So the stick is going right in front of him. So I wanted to add a little bit of shadow there. Put some right there. Now normally with shadows, I'll do like a darker shade of the color that I'm coloring over. So like this is pink that I'm on. So I normally would color or use a darker shade of pink, which I still will. Oh, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. But I just decided to do it this way. Again, just to kind of change things up a little bit. See? There. All right. And then I'm going to keep the poofs. I'm going to keep the poofs. I'm going to do like a blue, that light blue that I was doing before. But I'm going to keep this part right here. I'm going to keep that white because again, the trans colors are pink, blue, and white. It's kind of cool. This is this is the first time I've actually integrated. I actually did this. I actually put the trans flag in anything that I've colored. So this is, you guys are watching me for the first time. So if I screw up, you know, it's live. You can't get out of that. Right. All right, so now we're going to get like a yellowish for the hair. I do say yellowish. All right. Oops. So normally at this time is when I'd be asking, you know, hey guys, you know, so what do you think? You know, what do you guys do? You know, I'd be asking you a lot of questions, which in the future I will be, because I'm going to get it all worked out to where I can actually read your comments and everything right there on the spot. But unfortunately, I'm kind of too far away from my main computer for me to go switch back and forth. Right, and hopefully the next time I'll be a little bit closer too, so you can see in a little more depth of kind of where I am. So you know, kind of like, you know, how I am in regards to how the piece is coming along a little bit closer, so you can see all the streaks and everything. Unless it's okay. All right, where is? Oh, we're gonna get the black for his nose. So for those of you who've seen me before, you've watched me color and everything before. What do you guys think of the new platform, the new network, the Hang Out the Web Show? Because I know I'm pretty much enjoying this. I really am. That's me. Someone's having fun over there. So now we're gonna get him colored in here. All right. And like I said before, I usually toggle. I go back and forth. I shouldn't say toggle, but I go back and forth between using the chisel tip and the fine point. This actually is going pretty well. And I mean by that is that normally I would be probably just finishing up Red Riding Hood, because before I had to actually be so close to I was like right on top of my camera. and it was hard for me to kind of see around, the camera, the phone, and do the coloring and everything at the same time. So because I'm sitting how I normally would coloring, it's making it so much easier. I don't know if that made sense to anybody else, but it made sense to me. Oh, Get Jeff as a, yeah. Get Jeff as a smaller picture. This is actually this is going pretty well. So hanging out at the web show, for those of you who've never heard of them before or even, seen them or anything, hanging out at the web show, I've done some interviews with them for a while, and great, great people. And I'm not saying that because I'm here, but I've said that before. They're great. They do great interviews. They take care of their people. They're just fun. They're laid back. That's really what you can ask for when you're, really when you're doing interviews. Just people who know what they're talking about. So because they were all put together, we were talking. Oh, this was a couple of years ago, basically before the world shut down. When we were talking about me going live on their network, and it's like, well, yeah, of course, that's pretty awesome. So here I am. So thanks to those guys, I'm expanding. Besides, physically, and I can't even blame COVID weight. So again, just adding a little bit of shadow. One thing that I always say that, because a lot of people are always so afraid of, oh my God, we'll go outside the lines. You know what? That's okay. You know why? Because that's what makes it more original. If you're going way outside the lines, then, well, yeah, you probably should, not have as much juice, AKA, as you probably had. So, but if you go outside the lines a little bit, it's completely okay. It really, really is. It just adds the authenticity of the piece, the originality. At least that's what I think, anyway. So, but this is definitely my new home. Going back to hanging out the web show, this is definitely my new home for Coloring with Jeff, and I've got some other stuff coming up in the future that I'm going to be doing with the crew. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm not going to go into too much detail quite yet because we're more right now working with the Coloring with Jeff show. But I got some really cool stuff for you guys coming out soon. I really do. I'm really stoked about it. And okay. I just saw the comment pop up here, so I'm gonna answer that one. Inspiration. One of my biggest, well, for animation, it's Disney, hands down. Come on. They are the best. Let's not lie about that. They really are. They've been around for, what, 100 years. Almost 100 years, actually. So they really are the biggest inspiration to me. And if I have any kind of questions or anything, I always kind of pivot a little bit and I kind of look in their direction going, well, what did they do in this case? Or what can they do? Or what have they done? And usually I usually find the answer, but oh, these markers are fantastic. They really are fantastic. So for animation wise, as a company, I'm going to say Disney. However, I've also started adding Pixar. Pixar is a big inspiration. Thank you, thank you. But as a person, comic book wise, Todd McFarlane is a huge one. Mike Turner is a big one. Peter Steigerwald is another one. For animation per person, Floyd Norman is definitely one person that really does inspire me, because if you ever read his story, about Floyd Norman, he was the first African American to work for Disney, and I'll tell you what, that man, wow, the stories that he can tell, that he says, and that he shares is just amazing, absolutely amazing. And Rick Farmelo is another one. He's actually one of my animators that I kind of work with here and there. So yeah, he's fun. He is a character, that's for sure. All right, one final little piece here, guys, and then I'm going to let you go because this piece is just about finished. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first piece of the new series of Coloring with Jeff. Yay! Almost done here, guys. Ta-da! All right. I'm going to go head back to my main computer over there. I'm going to turn the volume down here. But I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to talk to you guys for just a little bit, and then we'll be all done. We'll be set. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the first Coloring with Jeff episode. Yay! Pretty cool. I do want to say again, thank you to the Hanging with the Web Show crew. Extremely awesome. They're really helping me out there with the cameras and expanding the just everything. They're just helping me out with, and it's fantastic. It's awesome. So I want to say thank you to you guys. Plus, also, like I said, this is the new home for the Coloring with Jeff episodes. Maybe every so often, depending if I'm having an off day, I might just be on my regular phone doing it. But I'm really going to try to stay with the Hang Out the Web Show crew because they've done a lot of great things. But I really like this setup here, where Jeff Balke Studios, Coloring with Jeff is here. Plus, I see all the comments coming up. It's a lot of fun. It's really fun and cool. So, but yes, this is my new home. I hope to see you guys next week. Be on the lookout. I'll give you guys a lot more time to kind of, adjust what you're doing if you want to watch me. Because, yeah, I'm sorry. I know I kind of did at the last minute. And, yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, guys, again, I just want to say thank you. It was really cool. So this is the new, so this is the new home for the Coloring with Jeff episodes, and there's going to be some other episodes coming up in the near future as well, which I'll go into much later on. And happy Pride, everybody. What a great way to start off the new season with Coloring with Pride, which is exactly what I just did there. So it's awesome. It's fantastic. Plus, just to let you guys know real quick, you can go to BalkeStudiosArt.com and you can purchase any, including this one, because I'll get this particular exact one up in just a few minutes, in just a little bit. But you can purchase any of the limited edition Coloring with Pride pieces, and it'll comes right to your door. So go and check that out, guys. So thank you guys again. You guys rock, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And again, I'll give you guys more of a heads up of when things are. Yeah. Thank you, Willow. But I'll let you guys know a little bit more in advance. Like within the next day, I'll let you know when I'll go live next. So thank you again, guys, and you guys rock. Thanks.